They often say she's an ageless wonder. Her lustful life makes this lady tick. When a young man looks at Madam, she just throws herself right at him. She's young at heart and still getting her kicks. And at Madam's place, she's a prime time queen. She struts her stuff on a TV screen. Her outrageous charm fills this funny fun that we call Madam's Here at Madam's place, she's the perfect host. She rocks the airwaves from coast to coast. Her outrageous charm fills this funny farm that we call Madam's
And it would be a real honor if you would allow me to interview you on my show. Sincerely yours, Walt Malice, host and driving force of Star Probe. Madam, I think it would be a big mistake for you to go on that show.
Why, Bernadette? I'm a star and I love to be probed. Besides, it's the highest rated show on television.
Well, that Walt Malice is so vicious, he makes the Marquis de Sade look like Mr. Rogers.
She's right, Auntie Madam. You know, I remember when the singing nun was on his show. She broke her guitar over his head.
Well, the nerve of that man accusing her of doing the Brinks job.
I'm telling you, that bell drives me nuts. Ding dong, ding dong.
Walt Malice, Star Probe. What do you know about Amelia Earhart's disappearance?
Well,
So, come on.
Well, I told her to hang a left and... Wait a minute.
What?
Who invited you?
Nobody. That's the way I like it. Madam, my viewers are clamoring for an intimate look at one of America's greatest entertainers.
His idea of an intimate look is an autopsy.
Oh, Bernadette, what can you do when they start to clamor, clamor, clamor?
When the hogs did it back home, we slopped him down with mud.
Well, before anybody starts slinging mud, I say we should throw him out.
Bernadette, how rude. Pay no attention to her. She's...
For goodness sake, madam, he's the man who tried to prove that Bambi killed his mother.
I still say he's as guilty as sin.
Well, don't say it too loud in front of Sarah Joy. When she was a kid, she loved Bambi so much she ate his decal right off her crib. You love Bambi, didn't you, darling?
Mike makes a deadly mistake.
Well, I am intrigued by your offer, Mr. Malice, but my staff here is afraid that if I do an interview with you, you'll treat me like a pork chop in a lion's cage.
Now, the madam I know can handle any situation.
Oh, madam, his fangs are showing.
Ooh.
He puts people through the shredder, madam. When they get off Star Probe, the only thing they're good for is confetti on the Love Boat.
Alice, how come you're so mean to people on your show? Didn't your mama teach you any manners?
That is very easily explained, young lady. Madam, I have to assume that role when I am ferreting out the bad guys, but when I am interviewing a star of your stature, there is no instinct for the jugular. It is all just a heartfelt salute.
Well, I'm certainly convinced.
You mean we're all gonna be on TV?
Oh, madam, really, if you insist upon doing this, you must set forth one vital condition, and that is that the privacy and dignity of all those who reside in this mansion be respected at all times.
Consider it done. Yo, Lyle!
Ooh,
Get in here with the camera. Come on. That's it.
Gosh,
Moving
I
for a
guess
close-up
maybe I was a little
over here, Lyle. Over here. Close-up.
Well, you don't understand now. You just wanted to come in here now. I don't understand. Well, hello, how are you out there?
That is madam. Just be natural. Just be yourself.
I don't know why. Well, I was thinking of paying a visit to the ladies' room.
Good. We'll follow you in. Lyle, follow me.
I can't believe this. Well, you know, a lot of people don't think we stars ever go to the ladies' room, and I don't. But I do keep on here in the house just in case. Follow me, and I'll show you some things of interest here in the house. You may notice on this wall there's a picture. This is a sailor I did in 1938. We didn't have acrylic, so I used...
Here we are in Madam's dressing room, surrounded by her memorabilia. Pinkerton, you've been with Madam the longest. Tell us where you first met.
Well, I was a boxer and part-time stuntman on one of Madam's pictures, Gone with the Milkman. I remember she said to me, "Pinky, you're not cut out for boxing." I guess I wasn't. I ended up on my back every day for 2 years. I was hit more time than a defective payphone.
Miss Van Gilbert.
Yes.
As Madam's secretary, you're very close to her. Is it true that her ratings are slipping?
Oh, I know, Mr. Malice. Even after all these years, Madam has still got it. Even the other day, her show beat out Three's Company, That's Incredible, and a documentary on streetwalkers called The Best Things in Life Are $50.
You're Madam's niece, Sarah Joy Pitts. Sarah Joy, do you think that Madam's popularity will last?
Oh, yes, sir. I think Auntie Madam will always appeal to everyone, whether they live on Park Avenue, Rodeo Drive, or on Skid Row.
Thank you very much, Miss Pitts. We'll take a little break now.
Okay.
You aren't nervous at all.
Well, maybe just a little bit.
Well, no, it was a great interview. I'd like to interview a little more later.
I hope so. Bye-bye.
Well, toodaloo. See you on the street.
Okay.
This may sound like a lot of harmless drivel now, Lyle, but when I'm finished with that tape, Madam will be more surprised than a 60-year-old woman with morning sickness.
Behold the dark ages of fitness.
Well, try her again, Pinky. She really ought to see this before she does the show tonight.
Madam, we're all waiting for you around the television set. Please hurry.
Can't that woman ever be on time? You know, she really makes me... Ow! The happiest producer on earth. Oh, my star.
Oh, come on, Barney, be a Marine. Don't kiss up to your boss. What's all the commotion?
Well, Dollface.
Get that out of my way.
Well, Malice's cameraman sent an advance tape of your segment of this week's Star Pro, and he included this note.
Oh.
Bernadette.
Oh, all right. Dear Madam, I've been a fan of yours ever since you pledged 5,000 rubber sheets to the bedwetting telethon. I thought you should see this tape before it airs.
Oh, la, how jolly. Wonderful. It'll be fun to see how much my little family adores me. Oh, Bernie, if you were too gushy, I'll be embarrassed to death.
All right, now,
Tonight,
everybody.
Star Probe takes you inside the world of Madam. Always flamboyant, often controversial, and surprisingly not held in very high esteem by those who live with her.
What?
Here are some people you'll be hearing on tonight's show. Her longtime butler revealing what Madam told him about the casting couch.
I remember she said to me, I ended up on my back every day for 2 years.
Madam, I swear on my grandmother's last serviceable tooth, I never said that.
Quiet, Pinky. I'll deal with you later.
Her secretary talking about a skin rash Madam got during the war.
Even after all these years, Madam has still got it. Well, what I said was...
Later, Bernie, when I'm properly armed.
Her niece, Sarah Joy, talks about where Madam will wind up.
On Skid Row.
No. Walt Malice is just one bad dude, but he's not going to get away with this.
What are we going to do, Auntie Madam?
Well, I'm going to do the only thing a great star can do.
Oh, you're not going to offer him your body, are you?
No, I'm going to call Big Daddy. Get my favorite network president, R-Ray, on the phone, Bertie.
Oh, all right.
We're on the air, madam. 5 minutes.
Oh, Barney, you're such an alarmist. You chime time more than Big Ben. What I'm really worried about is Malice. He's got me by the bells. Yay! Thank you very much. Oh, yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest is his own sequel to Young Man with a Horn, because he's a young man with a problem. And his problem is that he's kind of possessed by Neil Diamond. Well, would you please welcome with me the funny, if trouble, Brian Self. Yay, Brian! Hi, Brian. It's good to see you, darling. I see you brought your own bird. You gonna pluck it for us?
Why, sure, madam. See, this is my flamingo guitar, and people are always asking, why flamingo guitar? Well, see, it started with, I had these pants that had these legs, you know, like, and people saying, hey, they look like flamingo legs. So I thought, well, I should get a guitar to match them. And so I did, and the rest is history. But I do...
Talk about it anymore.
let's let it die. So right now I do feel a Neil Diamond attack coming. I don't know what's possessing me, but I'm sorry, the hair's on vacation. But for Neil Diamond's song tonight, I'd like to try something new. Neil Diamond has always been fascinated by stand-up comedy, so he wrote a song about it. It goes like this. Today I saw a man, hadn't had a bite in 3 days. So I bit him. Why does a fireman wear red suspenders? He wants to keep his pants up. What time is it when an elephant sits on your fence? Time to get a new fence. My wife's so fat that when she sits around the house, she sits around the house. Knock, knock, I said, who's there, you sigh? It's just the same old song. Take my wife, please. Ha, 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 ha. Knock, knock, I cry. Who's there, you sigh? This song goes on and on. Why did the moron throw the clock out the window? He wanted to see time fly. You're beautiful. I love you.
All right, Brian. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. You know, I have to tell you how pleased I was last weekend to appear at the Home for Sexually Active Veterans in Wayne, New Jersey. Those guys may all be in their 70s, but believe me, they're still getting that way. What the heck is going on? Listen, sir, I am trying to do a show.
One of the little people.
Well, I am kind of small, I guess, but,
I got a friend. I have a friend. I know a fellow who's one of the little people, Billy Barty.
Oh, Billy Barty, he's in showbiz. I know him very well.
Yeah, well, you know what he's doing?
No, what?
He's building a lot of condominiums.
Condominium?
Yes, and he's building them to scale for just little people.
Oh.
And you know what else?
What?
He's not going to charge them anything for living in them.
No rent? Well, what is he calling it?
He's going to call them stay-free mini-packs.
Well, you're just quite a sketch, but I don't know what you're doing out here. How did you get out here on my stage? The security's like Buckingham Palace.
But to tell the truth, madam, I'm looking for my taffy.
Looking for your taffy?
Yeah, I was in here last night, and I lost my taffy.
well, how important could it be that you must find it right now?
It's got my teeth in.
Well, it must have his brains in it, too. Excuse me, audience. What kind of work do you do, anyway?
Oh, I'm a painter.
Oh, a painter? Well, what do you mean by you're a painter?
Well, I paint men and women.
Oh, you paint men and women. Well, you're not a painter, then you're what we call an artist.
No.
Painter paints barns and houses, and like a person who paints men and women is an artist.
No, I'm just a plain old-fashioned painter.
Just a plain old painter. Well, where do you paint men and women?
Well, I paint men on one door and women on the other.
I've got to lock this stage up. I'm going nuts. Listen, I would like to know one thing. How did you get in here, anyway?
In the studio?
Yes.
I got in on my friend's ticket.
Oh, really? Well, where's your friend?
He's out front looking for his ticket.
Well, I'll bet he's not your friend now. In fact, I rather imagine you don't have any friends at all.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. And of all the people I've met all over the world for many years, I only met one man that I didn't like.
Really? And who was that?
Will Rogers.
Well, and I usually ask this about anybody, know if they interrupt or what. Are you married?
Oh, yes, and you know what? Just recently, I was going through some papers. Some papers. And I said to my wife afterwards, I said, you know, hon, I'm worth more to you dead than I am alive.
And what did she say to that?
She said, I wouldn't know about that. I've never known you when you were alive.
So, there's another question I'd like to know, too. Can you still turn her on?
Turn her on? She's gained so much weight lately, I can't even turn her over.
Well, how did you happen to marry her in the first place?
Oh, I think it was one night I was at her house. We were sitting on the couch. We were sitting on the couch, on the divan, in front of the fireplace.
Yes, I think I'm in danger.
She cuddled up to me and she whispered something in my ear. And I said, oh, the heck you are. And we were married the next day.
Well, do you and your wife have any children?
Oh, yeah, there's Tommy and Eddie and Bobby and Junie and Fido and Dickie and Woody. Yep. Woody's your dog.
Well, you know, I think you could stand a big cup of black coffee.
Can't help any.
Why not?
All you'd wind up with is a wide-awake drunk.
Well, speaking of winding up, I think it's about time that we wind this little visit up, don't you?
Yeah, but you remember now, you told me you were going to meet me right after your show on the corner in front of Whitting Hills.
Yes, and I'll keep my promise. If I get there first, I'll put a blue cross mark on the sidewalk.
Oh, well, good. And if I get there first, I'll rub it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Mr. Foster Brooks. Gosh, whatever you are, darling. Yay, Foster!
Oh, my stars, this is disgusting. How could that Walton Malice pose like that in front of a German Shepherd? Oh, goodness, look at that. They even have on matching collars. Oh, I left on.
No, you can't see it. Let me look at it. Oh, looks like R.A. Randall really got the goods this time.
Well, how do we know that really is Walt Malice? I mean, after all, it is a close-up.
This comes directly from R.A. Randall's crack industrial espionage unit. They can dig up dirt on Sarah Lee. Nobody doesn't like Sarah Lee. If he says this is Walt Malice, it's Walt Malice.
Well, when we show him that, we've got him. Oh, it is so disgusting. Let me see it again.
That's him. What should we do?
Well, we'll just show him this and stand back.
Mr. Walt Malice. Oh.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just want to make you feel at home.
Where's Madam?
Well, she's resting, but I think we can handle everything.
I don't know where you got that table, though. I have my suspicions. But you're not going to keep the truth from the American people.
What we are going to keep from the American people is your phony editing job.
And how do you propose to do that?
Take a gander at your deep, dark past, Walt. There's one of you there on a dog day afternoon.
What is this thing? Rod the Wonder Dog.
Anyone be so cruel to man's best friend?
Look at that little hard hat on him.
Where did you get this?
Well, you'll just have to wait like the rest of the country and tune into Madam's show tomorrow night.
I am one of the most respected men in America. Nobody is going to believe this is me, but they'll believe my tape on you.
You show that doctored tape on Madam's show, and she'll sue you right out of your black socks.
I have been sued by experts, and no one's ever collected a penny.
After America sees that, your career won't be worth a penny.
Oh, I'm shaking, little girl.
Madam will show what's in that porno peeper every night on her show. Every newspaper in this country will pick up on that story. Why, when Madam is through with you, you'll be less trusted than a door-to-door Edsel dealer. Why, your life will be worth a whip when she's through with you. I can swear.
Stop, Bertie, stop. I've heard enough. We've become as low as this creature is, and I don't like the feeling. Now get out of this house and out of my life.
I want to know if you're going public with these pictures.
I don't have to tell you anything. Pinky, show him the door. We could use some absence of malice around here.
Oh, madam, you're not going to show those pictures on TV, are you?
Oh, of course I'm not, Bertie. I don't have to build myself up by pulling someone else down.
That's very commendable, madam. But it's not the smartest thing you ever did.
Well, sometimes it's better to play dumb as long as you're smart enough to know when. Would anybody want some popcorn?
No, thank you.
Oh, I got a...
Good evening and welcome to Star Probe. Tonight we'll watch as a ruthless landlord in Beverly Hills, California refuses to fix a defective jacuzzi as an epidemic of Mercedes elbow sweeps through the community.
Oh, up to his old socially relevant trick.
What we won't be seeing tonight is the tape on Madam, the international celebrity. To be perfectly honest with you, the tape has been ruined.
I guess he couldn't create phony footage of me clubbing baby seals.
There were technical problems with the tape we used, perhaps brought on by the daring language that Madam used or the risque clothing that she wore.
Did you hear that? Why, you could sue him.
Absolutely. That's defamation of character.
That's libel.
It's money in the bank.
What?
You heard him. That jerk called me daring, risque. That should at least double my salary in Vegas. Sure nobody else wants any popcorn? It's real good.
He's preaching the message. He's been linked with Melanie Griffith.
And Barbara Streisand, too.
Well, Madam escaped another lynching. I certainly hope she learned her lesson. She should never again subject herself to a show like Star Probe.
I bet she won't either.
Oh, Bernadette.
Yes.
Madam wants you to call the producer of 50-50 and get her on that show.
What? Oh, 50-50 is worse than Star Probe. That Brent Gash is a killer. He will rip her
Madam
to
says Brent Gash is a hunk who just got divorced, and she wants him.
9:14 p.m. and Madam continues to pursue her wayward, naughty lifestyle. You're getting very good at this, Sarah Joy. Why are they two colors?